We are here to make people feel good about themselves. We really have to feel like we are a daymaker for the guest. You've made my day. How great is that when you hear those words from your guest?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daymaker Podcast. I'm Daved Dolce, and today we are interviewing alumni and Pulp Riot brand ambassador, Sabrina.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You
Good.
look gorgeous.
Thank you, so do you.
Yeah, oh stop. Thank you very, very much. So thank you for joining us today. I love interviewing alumni, especially just seeing where you went with your career.
Yeah.
Because you took a beautiful path with your career. I've seen you at work. I saw you doing a demo for all of our students. You're a credible educator as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's a passion. Not everybody can educate.
For
That's
sure.
For sure. So thank you again.
Of course.
So first of all, I just want to know why Tricoci?
Yeah.
Why did you choose Tricoci University?
Of course. Yeah. Well, first off, thanks for having me.
Of
My
course.
first podcast. I'm very excited.
Yay.
When I was looking at beauty schools, like I went to a private Catholic school my whole life. So beauty school was definitely not something that my family saw in the cards for me, but I knew it was my passion. I knew hair and actually was started with makeup. It was something I felt comfortable doing. I was excited about doing it. So when it came time to look at schools, I went to a couple different franchisee locations, different companies, and I would walk in there and the vibes were off. It wasn't welcoming. I didn't feel excited when I was there. The students interacting with the educators, I was just kind of on edge. And I was like, man, am I making the right choice? Like, should I go to college? And then I went to the Tricoci in Highland, which is where I attended. And I walked in and it was like day and night from those other schools. I was excited. Everyone was energetic. Everyone was having a good time. They were laughing. I got to see, like, walk around the floor and kind of see what everyone was doing. And I was like, I left there and I was like, yes, I made the right choice. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. And I signed up and started classes like a month later.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's great. That's like, and it's funny because we have 15 campuses. I went to a different campus, but I also looked at other schools. I also was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And walked into Tricoci and was like, wow, night and day.
It was really.
And that's cool. We got that same culture everywhere. And that's a Tricoci vibe.
It is for sure. Definitely. And when I talk to students now, like when I teach at other beauty schools, they all kind of ask me, like, I teach at Tricoci quite a bit now these days, which is awesome. But even the other schools I've taught at, they ask me, why did I choose going in Indiana when I lived in Illinois or stuff like that? But it really was just like the culture of being there, and it made a huge difference. So yeah, I loved it. Yeah, me too.
Culture driven.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about Pulp Riot, what you do for them, and how do you balance this all? Because you're still working behind the chair too, right?
I am, yeah. So I have a salon suite in Northwest Indiana. I've had that for about 5 years. So I have a full clientele, full-time, 40-ish hours a week. And I do that. And then on my days off, I educate. So usually like once or twice a week, I'm traveling and teaching. I've been with Pulp Riot for also about 5 years now. And it's an incredible experience. Like I always say, I'm a ride or die OG Pulp like fangirl.
Yes.
Pulp Riot came out the same year I graduated. So I kind of say like our journeys flowed together. When I was actually in school, shout out Miss Linda, one of my educators from the Highland campus. She really kind of let my creative juices flow, and we didn't have fashion colors when I was in school, So that was something I was always interested in, but we didn't have the resources for it. It wasn't something that was really popular. It was kind of starting to gain popularity, but we definitely didn't have them in school. So she really would sit there and work with me, and we would create fashion colors with the color line that we had.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was creating like pastel pinks in the color room. I was doing rose golds on my clients, and that wasn't something looking at the color bar that we could just pick up off the shelf.
That's incredible.
So yeah, it kind of she really helped kind of jumpstart the creativity with the fashion colors and me being interested in them. So
go Miss Linda.
Yeah, go Miss Linda. I love her. I do her hair. We're still besties.
No
way. Yeah, she's a sweetie. I love her. She's gonna be so excited that I said her name on this. Like she's gonna be so hyped. But yeah, Pulp, when they came out, I started with my hair, of course, as one does. So one of the first Pulp Riot shades that came out, Velvet, I put it on my whole head, and then it was like a love affair after that. It was like anything
Mm-hmm.
I could do to get my hands in that and put it on people's hair. I was doing free hair, I was doing my hair, I was doing mannequin hair, and I was just posting and tagging and going to hair shows and sitting there like a little fangirl and like watching them up on stage, like, wow, like, okay, like this is what I want to do. I want to be a platform artist. I want to teach, I want to share. And I don't even know, by the grace of everything, they saw me out in little Northwest Indiana and they were like, we want her.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Love Pulp Riot. I remember when we finally were able to get it into the campuses, like everyone's like, yes. Their packaging, their designs, the names of their color, the whole thing, it does create its own vibe in itself.
For sure.
And really, that brand really stands for what I would look for in like a fashion color.
Absolutely.
Did you say Velvet was one of the first ones?
Yeah. Velvet was one of our very first OG shades, and it's still like our most popular shade to this
is.
day.
That's what I was
So
gonna say.
it's awesome. They when I found out that Tricoci was carrying Pulp Riot, I was like, that's right, that's my school. Like in with the times, they're wanting to give the students the best possible education they can, and fashion colors have really taken off, and it's more common these days. So it's awesome that they have the resources now to have those colors and to use them on their clients. So it's really awesome.
It is our barbers. So a lot of our barbers come into the program and they don't know nothing about color or think they even want to do it. And so many of our barbers leave like with this huge interest in Pulp Riot. They've been practicing those fashion colors the whole time they were in school and like become incredible artists. So that's been cool to see those barbers that really kill it with that too. Even fashion colors from when they first started to what they are now. You see these rainbow effects and like 12 different colors on one hair strand. Like it's come so far.
It really has. And it's been fun. Like on our education team, we have about 75 educators across the US, you know, from all different parts of the country. And most of us are hairstylists, but we do have a growing barber educators. We have quite a few barber educators now. I
believe it, actually. I can see that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
How important has continuing education been to your career and furthering your advancement in the industry?
Yeah, so I mean, education plays like such a large part in what I do anyways. I'm very fortunate that I get to share the education, but I'm not always, I feel like the last couple of years I've dived so deep into me sharing the education that I've kind of slacked a little bit maybe on myself doing continuing education. So that was definitely on my vision board for this year. That's a goal for me this year, is to continue doing education for myself. But it's so important in the industry in general because things are constantly changing, times are constantly changing, trends are constantly changing, and then things are also kind of coming back. So it's you know, scrunchies are back, chunky Kelly Clarkson highlights are back, the red and blonde stripes are back. Like it's important to keep up with that so that you can give your clients absolutely anything that their wildest dreams come up with. So it's really important to continue going to classes and learning from your peers and learning from other stylists across the country so that you can just give your clients like the absolute best experience possible.
That's been, I think, one of the biggest benefits, multiple benefits for working for Tricoci, but a big one has been all the continuing education that they give to their educators. So we keep learning, we keep bringing new things, we keep introducing new things. What was one of the biggest lessons that you learned at Tricoci University?
I think one of the biggest lessons I learned at Tricoci was really to step out of my comfort zone, and that one foot in the uncomfortable is how you grow. And so going into beauty school, I didn't know really anything. I couldn't even curl my hair with like a Marcel iron. I had no idea what I was doing. Cutting hair, completely over my head, no idea. But just constantly kind of keeping myself in the uncomfortable to push myself to continue to grow and just to build connections with people and network and learn from my peers really was such a pivotal part of my time at Tricoci, I think, because, you know, I was learning from our esthetician students, and we had just started a barbering program, like right kind of towards the end of my time at Tricoci. And so, you know, kind of learning from those teachers and from those students and just incorporating that into what I do behind the chair. It's really kind of keeping those connections and those networks, it really has helped me significantly.
And those are life lessons.
They are, for
you grow
sure.
from being uncomfortable, the customer service, how to speak to people.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I repeat that over and over. We're showing you way more than just doing hair.
Yeah.
We're teaching you people skills.
Absolutely.
And not a lot of people have those at all.
Absolutely.
What was the biggest thing that you think like fueled your drive to become like who you are? Because people could
deep.
just stop. Some people do hair for a little bit. Some people are comfortable, but you've just grown and grown. You sought out education. You sought out this, that. What was driving you to get there?
Yeah, well, really just the community that I was building. You know, it was kind of crazy to see when I graduated school, even before I was in my first actual commissioned salon, just like people from high school reaching out and like wanting me to do their hair, or like my sister and her friends wanting their hair or makeup done for dances, or, you know, whatever it might be. That kind of was like, okay, like people like what I'm doing, like I should keep going. And so I kept going and working. And then I had clients who were, you know, showing me like the crazy fashion colors, and I was executing them. And then I was starting to get like a little bit of recognition on social media. And then, you know, more clients started coming, and I was getting clients traveling from kind of all over. Even still, I have clients. I'm in Northwest Indiana now, but I used to be in the south suburbs of Chicago in a town called Chicago Heights. It's where I grew up. I went to school there. Like my first few jobs were there. Like Chicago Heights was home base to a T. But I was having people drive from Wisconsin, from Indianapolis, from Chicago, Michigan to get my fashion colors, which was, when that first started happening, that was crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean you just drove 2 hours here from Wisconsin this morning for me? Like, that's wild. So just kind of, it's like little rewards, right? It's like little treats. It's kind of just keeping me going and pushing and wanting to be better and wanting to grow and wanting my name to kind of be household. I know that sounds a little silly, but it's true. Like, it's a little addicting almost.
I
So
bet.
yeah.
What advice do you have for any students that are looking to get that breakthrough like you got?
Just keep pushing, keep working, keep putting yourself out there, keep your one foot in the uncomfortable, and just keep growing and post on social media. We're in like such a digital age, and Pulp Riot launched at the kind of beginning of when Instagram was really making its come around. And it's just the reach that you can have from any social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anything. It's kind of mind-blowing how far that stuff can go.
It is mind-blowing.
So just keep posting, and it does feel a little silly and it feels a little uncomfortable at first, but just keep doing it and pushing hard and showing your work and showing the world like who you are. So
it's a job in itself.
It is. So yeah, I tell my clients I'm an educator, I'm a salon owner, and I'm a content creator. And I'm also a therapist. Like, I'm a hair therapist. Like, tell me all your things and I'll listen. I'm such a good listener.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's
for
kind
sure.
of the best part of the job. I love it.
It is, yeah.
When did you, this is like our signature question, when did you realize you had the power to make somebody's day?
I don't know if it really was like a specific like moment that I was like, this kind of changed everything. But I think when I was in high school still, like before I even went to beauty school, and I would, you know, do my own makeup, and people were asking me then to do like their makeup for dances. I was like, oh, for like, okay, for pictures and stuff like that. And them like looking in the mirror and like just like lighting up. I was like, oh, like again, addicting. Like, I love that. And it's just continued from there. Like, I remember doing hair in my parents' kitchen when I was like first starting, and my dad still talks about it to this day. This really great client of mine, we went to high school together, and she like audibly like screamed when she looked in the mirror, and my dad was like, oh, I was downstairs and I thought you messed her hair up, and I got scared. But she was so excited about how her hair looked. She had never had her hair look that good before, and her bangs had never sat that good, and I was just starting. So just kind of seeing like the client reaction and my friend's reaction to what I was doing, it really kind of jump-started that. And it made me realize like, okay, like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Cool,
yeah,
right?
for
How
sure.
do you think those experiences translate like from out of the chair, like into their normal life?
Yeah. Into the client's normal life or into mine? Yeah, I think because then they leave there and they have this new sense of confidence, and they, you know, they kind of like their faces light up. So they leave there and they're excited. They're having a good day. You know, maybe they're spreading their positivity then with just somebody walking down the street, or, you know, they're getting compliments walking to the coffee shop or wherever. And it just makes everyone feel good. It's not just for a split second. It's like a continuous thing. So I get joy from my clients getting joy and my friends getting joy from my work, making them feel beautiful.
And would you say all of this contributes to why you have lifelong clients?
Oh yeah. I have clients that, like I said, I went to high school with, so like going on 10 years here, and you know, they've sent their families, their cousins, their friends, their coworkers, or whoever it might be. And I'll say, like, my clientele's really great. I'm booked and busy all the time, and a lot of my clients I've had for years on end. So
yeah, it's the best.
It's great. Yeah.
I tell my students, I'm like, now, because I work for Tricoci, and everyone's like, that's cute. So Saturdays,
Yep.
Wednesday nights,
Yeah.
Sundays, that's when I can get my hair. I'm like, yeah. But it's like I'm getting paid to hang out with my friends at this point.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You've had these people so long.
Yeah, it is. And it's nice because then, like, I've gotten invited to my clients' weddings, and like, you know, I had my birthday this past week. A couple of my clients stopped by the salon for my birthday and like brought me presents, and it was so sweet, and like balloons and stuff. So it's like, not only are you my clients and I appreciate you're supporting my business, but like you're my friends now as well. So it's been really great to kind of have those relationships and build on those over the years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's great. It was your birthday? When was your
It was
birthday?
on Friday.
Mine was yesterday.
Oh my gosh, happy late birthday, Pisces twins. Yes.
I was like, wait,
happy birthday to us.
Yeah, for real. Well, thank you. Sabrina, you're one of the people that I just love to talk to.
Oh, of
you
course.
give Tricoci University an even better name than it already has. We're super proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for being here today.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're
This is
so welcome.
such a great experience. I'm very, very lucky to have had the experience I have. And I do, to this day, I credit a lot of it to my time at Tricoci. So I'm very grateful for Tricoci and for all the educators I had and all the people that I met along the way. It's been really great.
Well, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Yes, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, thank you.
Look
Thank
forward
you.
to talking to you again.
Of course. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.